guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be trying out the Wet n Wild Bare Focus Tinted Hydrator for you guys. I have never tried this one before, seeing a lot of it. It's not new, but saw a lot of good opinions on it and wanted to try it out for myself, but I also wanted to compare it to something very similar, which is the Covergirl Skin Milk. I wanted to put them both on my face side by side and see if there was a big difference, any kind of difference, a good, a bad, a better, a worse. So put them both to the test side by side and see which one I like better, or just kind of, you know, comparing them, what one has, what one doesn't have. So if that wasn't complicated enough, if you guys would like to see my thoughts on the Bare Focus versus the Covergirl and this makeup look, because I think it turned out really pretty, then just keep watching. I feel like these two products kind of launched at a similar time, give or take. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like it was like you were seeing the Skin Milk, the Covergirl, and you were seeing the Tinted Hydrator from Wet n Wild. So I picked this up today and I kind of wanted to try them out at the same time and see if they are similar, see which one is better. I have not tried the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator before, so this is a tinted skin veil with hyaluronic acid as well as squalene, lightweight, non-greasy finish, sheer to medium finish, which I feel like you'd have to put a lot on to keep building it, but we'll see. This lightweight perfector delivers hydrating benefits in a buildable sheer to medium tint for a flawless, softly luminous complexion. Hyaluronic acid and plant-derived squalene helps to promote healthy, supple, moisturized skin. Hey, that sounds like all we need. I got it in the shade medium tan. Looks pretty light. They really didn't have a huge range at the grocery store, and this one looked closer than the really light that they had left. So I'm going to do a side-by-side and we'll see what they look like compared to each other. It may not show up well on camera, but I'm sure I'll have a good idea in person of like kind of side by side what they're like, and I will let you know what I think. So I'm gonna pop the Wet n Wild on this side. This feels light. This feels like light and fluffy going on, if that makes any sense. Almost like a whipped product. Where is my BK 101? So yeah, for medium tan, this is pretty light actually. Like I feel like I could have gone with a tan product. It smells like bubble gum. Or does it? I don't know. Kind of has a different smell. I like the way the finish looks like soft, like it looks like a satin finish almost, like not too dewy or too oily looking, which can sometimes look in the summer. And like I would not say that it's sheer, like there is some coverage happening here. I can kind of feel it drying down a bit. It looks very skin-like, so there isn't like an overdewiness to it, which is nice. Like it just looks really soft and very, very skin-like. Like you can't really see the difference on camera. So I'm gonna go on this side with the Covergirl and see what the difference is. This one feels a little more slippery, if that makes sense. I don't know. The other one felt a little bit more like of a whipped product, like lighter, fluffier. This feels a little bit more slippery on the skin. This definitely has more of an orange undertone. The Wet n Wild medium tan looks a little bit more neutral. This looks a little warmer. And I have the Covergirl in the shade medium. So I feel like the coloring for this is a little bit more true to shade match. Like there is more pigment to the Covergirl, and this is a medium. This is a medium 10, and it is pretty light. But drying down, it's like, can you even tell the difference? The ring light probably throws it off a lot. I wonder if I should try turning. I'm trying to find some good natural light, but it's a cloudy day here and I'm not getting the best. Okay, what I can kind of see between the two products is that the Covergirl is a little bit more of a dewy finish. The Wet n Wild is softer, but a little bit more makeup-y. Like I'm finding that the Covergirl looks a little bit more natural on the skin. I don't know if you guys can see or tell, but I feel like the Covergirl looks a little bit more hydrating and a little bit more luminous without like being overly dewy. What? What do you see? Why? Okay. That's Gilbert's opinion. Yeah, if I am nitpicking, I'm finding that I can see a little bit more of the Wet n Wild in the texture of my skin, and the Covergirl lays nicer over the texture around my mouth. So that is really the only big difference. Like it's very, very minimal, but if I'm trying to like split hairs and be like critical in any way, it would be that. But you could definitely get away with getting either one just to get a nice tinted hydrator. I feel like the Wet n Wild may be better if you have a little bit oilier skin. That might work well for you. Price wise, I think the Wet n Wild is a couple bucks cheaper, so I don't know. Have you tried both of them? What do you guys think? Which one do you prefer? They almost look identical on the skin, even the shade. Now that the Covergirl is oxidized into the skin, they both just kind of look the exact same. Texture-wise, the Covergirl just feels a little bit lighter on the skin. So I'm just gonna finish up my makeup. I'm gonna go in with my Makeup by Mario contour in the shade medium. I haven't used this in a while, so I think I will play with this one today. This is a nice creamy contour, nice neutral tone for doing contour. It's very, very neutral, not too cool and not too warm. So I'm just going to use a brush to press that into the skin. Have you guys listened to the new Taylor's version of Speak Now album? What do you guys think? I think it's cute. It's neat. You can tell in the difference. You can really hear her voice has matured. And it's kind of neat to hear it that way. Good for her. Good, all the power to Taylor. I do really enjoy the vaulted single that she came out with too, I Can See You, and did the whole like music video for it, and everyone's looking for the little Easter eggs in it, and I think it's very well done. I love the song and the video, and just like her like having to leave her past behind to start this new future and just gonna destroy everything. Like it's a cool metaphor, and excited to see what she's gonna do next. So I'm gonna go in with my REM Beauty concealer in the shade Light 5N. And take a sip of coffee. It's like 3:40 in the afternoon. My kids went to go do some dryland training, and I just have a little bit of time to myself, so I'm trying to film more regularly. I'm trying to put out more content, especially during the summer when I have a little bit more time and I don't have the hustle and bustle of school and like extracurriculars going on. I want to try and film more. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it, and hopefully my channel will grow during the summer. That would be amazing. After using the Kosas so regularly, like the REM, I feel like I can see a little bit of the dryness in the inner corners, so I don't know. Haven't used this bronzer in a while. I'm going to go in with my Instant Summer Mango and Cocoa Butter Infused Hard Candy Bronzer. I didn't realize it said that. I don't know how I missed that. This one is super pigmented. If you want a very, very pigmented, affordable bronzer, the Hard Candy is like so pigmented. I have to be very light-handed with it. Again, if I'm being very nitpicky between the two foundations, it seems like the Covergirl is pairing better with the other products on the skin. They just seem to be blending nicer, so it's a little heads up on that. I'm gonna go in with the Almay blush in So Peachy. So this is lightweight, silky, smooth formula, blends effortlessly for healthy, radiant flush. I haven't used this in a while. This is a nice peachy blush. Just gonna pop that up on top of the cheeks. It's got a nice sheen to it, without any kind of like iridescence, but looks like glowy on the skin. It's gonna go in with a big fluffy brush and just kind of blend the blush through with the bronzer. And like away from the ring light, when I take my face away from the ring light, I do really like the way the makeup blended in with the Wet n Wild. So that's like conflicting to what I was saying before. I'm gonna go in with my eyeshadow palette from ColourPop, that's Taupe, and I'm gonna go into the shade Python with just kind of like a cooler taupe color. It almost has like some grayish purple undertones to it. I'm gonna go in with a little square brush, and I'm just going to lightly press that along the top lash line and like outer corner area of my eye. And just like the bottom corner, just sticking to the outside corner. All right, so I just tightlined a bit, put a little bit of mascara on. My closing thoughts are both equally as nice One is a little bit more of a softer finish. The Wet n Wild has a softer look to it than the Covergirl. I really like the way they both look on the skin, but that is the biggest difference. So go with your personal preference on finish. Might change by the day. Some days you want to have a dewier finish, and some days you might want more of a satin look. So both very nice tinted hydrators. They look almost identical on the skin, but if there's one thing that I'm noticing, this is just a little bit more softened. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys again soon.